Live, Laugh, Loot contains foul language, violence, drug and alcohol references, and irreverent humor. So if you're not a fan of all that, then don't watch the show. Okay, bye. Hey there, welcome to episode 1 of Live, Laugh, Loot. Our first campaign will begin in just a moment, but a quick heads up, we also released an episode 0 today, where we talk about all the stuff that we played through before we started recording this show. You don't need to listen to that to understand the story of this current campaign at all, but it will explain all the in-jokes and the references that we make. Anyway, enough preamble, let's get to the show. So I'll just do a quick little intro. I'll get us started, and then I'll point to each of you to introduce yourselves and your character and all that.
How can you point to us? We're digital.
I'm going to point at my screen. I see a little Gaming Navi icon. I see a little Wolf Chaos on icon. I'm going to tickle them both with my fingies, and you're going to feel it through the transitive property. This is technology.
My senses aren't working today.
All right, well, no, then I'll just tell you two, I guess. If that's what we gotta do. Hey everybody, welcome to Live, Laugh, Loot, the only podcast where 3 people come together and play tabletop role-playing games. Don't bother to look it up, that's a true fact.
Only one. We're copywriting the idea.
The only one, and if any others come out after this or before this is a retroactive contract, we are going to sue them. I am your host, It's Gray J, and I'm going to be playing your GM today as we play through a system called Space Kings.
Woo.
Which is a fun little improvisational role-playing game. At least that's what it says on the title of the book, although I put in the word fun, which should be on there because this is a fun game. Hopefully you're going to have fun listening to us bullshit about in it. So as I said, I'm going to be the GM today. Space Kings is a very rules-light and improv-heavy system. It's very simple to play. All you need is a 54 deck of cards. That is, ace through king with the jokers still in. And that's all you need. It's really simple, really easy to pick up and play. And I'm just going to go around the virtual room here. Got 2 players with me today. Let's introduce ourselves. Wolf, let's start with you. Tell us who you are and what you do and what your character is.
Hello, my name is Wolf Chaos-san. I do comedic video game reviews over on YouTube. I like to look at a lot of retro games, but also some newer games. I try to just have fun with it. I try to be, insightful as well as just having fun with the video and just saying whatever comes to mind. I do a lot of improv within those videos, but also I write down the bullet points and then say them out loud and then realize, oh, I should fix that because those were just words that made no sense. And speaking of no sense, the character that I'm playing, their name is Ozzy the Ostrich. Pretty much think an LA Noire type detective, but ostrich. Straight up ostrich. There's no human qualities to him outside of, well, he's a detective. Oh, and he's from Earth as well.
So he's got no arms, just like...
No, he's an ostrich.
Yeah, just straight up an ostrich from the African continent.
Yes, also he has a hat.
Yes, it's a little detective hat.
Yes.
Yeah.
But everything else, straight up ostrich.
Navi, please introduce yourself and what you do and who your character is.
Hello everyone, I am Navi. I used to do comedic reviews on YouTube like Sean did, and I took a break to that to become a VTuber. The next Twilight Princess, Navi. My character is hold on, let me get my voice filter.
The fantastic Felicia Fox, the greatest cartoon character created for the last 2,000 years.
And she's an actress permanently owned by Space Disney who just does whatever she wants.
The 3 of us have been playing Space Kings for a little while now, and we figured, hey, let's do it, but we talk into microphones that record them. Because again, no one has done this before. So like I said, I'm going to be playing GM, so I've got a little bit of a intro paragraph if we are all ready to get into this campaign.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm ready to go.
All right. Cue the music. It is the middle of the 228th galactic millennium, Earth year 6591. Although humans have spread across the universe like the virus that they are, many have also remained behind in the solar system as their brothers and sisters explored the stars. Sol is much like it is now. The Earth is covered in trash, and life isn't all that great, but thanks to advances in spacefaring technology and knowledge shared from species from other star systems, humanity has now colonized several other planets, moons, and interstellar bodies, and left trash there as well. One such place is Titan, Saturn's largest moon. It was built up as a safe haven for the rich and famous to get away from the riffraff on other developing worlds, with the intent on it becoming humanity's second capital homeworld. That never happened, as it was later passed over in favor of the government centers on Ganymede, but Titan still maintains the illusion of glitz and glamour, especially in the city known as Follywood. Follywood was humanity's attempt to create a second haven for artists, writers, actors, and directors, after the streets of Hollywood on Earth ran aground with poverty. This is a place where you'll see many celebrities, famous across the galaxy, wandering the streets, usually escorted with armed personnel or some protection of their own. Rich in fake plastic palm trees and decadent tax-wasting fountains, it is a testament to humanity's continued pursuit of excess. Every 100 years, beings from across the galaxy gather at the Follywood Convention Center for the Entertain-a-thon, the largest gathering for galactic citizens to meet their favorite movie stars, musicians, TV heartthrobs, cartoon characters, streamers, and mascots. It's got everything you could ever want. Overstuffed vendor halls, overpriced mediocre food, overworked artists desperate for cash, overzealous fans, many of which are dressed in cosplay of various degrees of quality, overwhelming nerd smell, and a ball pit. It is here where we open.
Not the ball pit. I've seen this before.
It is here where we open, just outside the convention. Alright, we are zooming outside of the convention hall itself in the security section to get into the building. We open on an ostrich in a detective hat, looking up at the building. Ozzy, what's going through your mind right now as you're standing outside the convention center?
Conventions, they never change. As he puts out his cigarette, takes a deep breath, and he walks in.
Before you walk into the convention, you stand in front of a security guard who is looking at you. This is a human male with dark sunglasses, a big black t-shirt that says security, and dark jeans, who looks up at you and says, "I need to see your badge, sir." Ozzy, you do not have a badge for this convention. All you have on you is instructions that were given to you, left on your doorstep by someone who did not sign their name, that they needed to meet you inside the convention halls.
I'm here on business, kid. And he's gonna move his beak and, kind of do a little weird, reach behind his feathers around his, I guess, arm flap? I don't know what to call that. His wings. That's it.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go in there and he's gonna pull out his detective badge and say, "This is the best I got. Take it or leave it."
That's going to be presence and persuasion to try and convince him to let you in.
All right. So my persuasion is 2 and presence is 2, so that is 4. And I'm healthy, so that's 5. 1, 2, 3. Great. 4, 5. I got no successes whatsoever.
Damn.
Excellent. So just to explain the Space King's rules, every time you make a flip, you're flipping down cards. Face cards and ace cards are successes. Everything else is a failure. And the jokers are... a twist gets to be put into the narrative by me. So that's how it works. So Wolfgang-san flipped no faces or aces, so that is no successes, which means without even looking at your detective's badge, the security guard says, "I can't let you in without a pass to the convention, sir."
Bulls.
And he puts the badge away and starts mumbling. All right, how much is a badge?
You needed to buy your badge before the convention. We have sold out of them, sir.
And he looks behind him and tries to see if he could find possibly a scalper around.
Let me do a quick world building flip for scalper. You see somebody is leaning up against a fake plastic palm tree outside the convention. You're not sure why, but you're getting a shifty vibe off of him That might be a scalper.
It might be.
Ozzy's gonna go over to them and say, "You got any tickets?"
This guy looks up at you and says, that depends on what you can offer me, sir.
What do you want?
I will give you a badge to get in the convention for free, but you've got to do something for me.
Then that's not free, is it?
I mean, I will give it to you for no money, which is also known as free.
What do you want?
There's someone inside the convention that needs to go permanently, if you know what I mean.
I'm so... I'm just confused. Is this guy talking to a possible cop and openly discussing murder with him?
Yeah.
We don't know what kind of detective Ozzy is.
All right. Name?
So he just accepts.
Well, that helps. That tells us a lot about what kind of cop he is.
What's your name?
My name's Ronnie.
Don't care about that. Who am I looking for?
Oh, I apologize. You're looking for a man who goes by the name the Juggernaut.
That bitch. Understood?
So we have a deal then, Mr.
Ozzy.
Ozzy. It's good to do business with you. He hands you a slightly chipped badge that says Entertainathon All Day Pass,
Thank you.
which you may add to your non-useful items.
Yep. Ozzy's gonna put a cigarette in his mouth and just say, "Got a light?"
Let's do a quick flip for light. He does not have a light. Sorry, I don't smoke.
Be a lot cooler if you did. And he turns around and walks off.
All right, so you're going to walk back up to the security guard?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, he's looking at you, and you can't see his eyes because, again, dark sunglasses, but his posture just indicates that he is staring daggers at you.
Just gonna pull out the badge. We good now?
1 second to do a flip for this guy. All right, so he narrows his eyes on your badge. He should have probably recognized that you just right in front of him bought this badge from a scalper, but he apparently isn't attentive enough, so he just waves you in like, "Come on in, sir."
Ozzy walks in.
You walk into the entrance. This is a really modern convention center. There's just a bunch of stalls out in front of people selling information stuff and maps. And there's not too many people here right now because all the activity would be on the floor. But you see a few people walking around.
He just gives no mind and goes back into his pocket to take out the letter he got to kind of see where he should go next to meet this individual.
All right. You pull out a letter which was written to you on a ragged brown paper envelope. You look at it again and it says, "I need your help. Meet me at the Follywood Convention Center in the food hall next to the corn dog station."
He sighs, puts it away, and thinks to himself, "It's always corn dogs."
Does Ozzy have a history with corn dogs?
He does now.
Excellent. Well, we'll incorporate that somehow.
He makes his way through the convention, not really paying any mind to anyone around him. He just kind of like deadpan stares ahead, just makes a beeline for it. Doesn't really notice, well, I wouldn't say notice, but doesn't really care to look at any of the vendors or panels that may be going on. Or even a ball pit, just going straight for the corn dogs in the food hall.
You walk into the convention center. It is packed here. Just imagine like the busiest convention you've ever been to times 1.5, and also it's space. Ozzy, you know that ostriches are relatively new to the rest of the galaxy. People are like familiar with you as a concept, but there are plenty of species who have never seen anything like you before. So as you walk through the convention halls, you do get plenty of dirty looks. You get people who are walking against your direction who, as soon as they notice you, just sort of like stumble back a bit and like really try to get out of your way. And I assume you probably like pay no notice of that, or if you do, you don't bring it up. Because I'm sure this happens to you all the time, where people are like, "Holy fuck, why is there a giant dinosaur walking around?"
Yeah, he's just like, "I'm just gonna keep walking."
Excellent.
And just go.
Well, you make your way into the food hall. I'm going to need you to do a intelligence and space-wise to figure out where the meeting place is.
All right, so it'll be 7 cards. Let's go. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you kidding me? 5, 6, 7. I have 1 success and a joker.
Excellent.
Jeez.
Well, you do manage to find the corn dog stall. You pass by and you just get a whiff of fried corn batter, and it brings back memories from a previous case, and they're not very good memories.
The corn dog snatcher. The one that got away.
You can hear in your mind's ear just the far-off laughter of like a cheesy cartoon villain laugh as you see an image of a man in a trench coat holding up like a bunch of corn dogs in his hands, laughing like that.
Am I like seeing this like kind of hallucinating it or just like imagining it in my head?
No, this is all in your head.
Okay.
Yeah, you know this is just a bad memory, but it is affecting you pretty hard.
Yeah, he has like a scowl on his face now, like he's not looking very happy.
Nope. You take a quick look around, and nobody has called your attention yet, so it looks like your contact is not here at the moment.
He's gonna lean up against the wall and literally he's gonna say whoever's closest to him, "Got a light?"
I think probably who's the closest one to you is the corn dog vendor. So he'll be like, I don't got a light, but I'd be willing to give you a corn dog.
He doesn't even like respond to it. He's just
What? No, you don't want a corn dog?
no money.
They're hot and fresh and made with the finest meats and ingredients.
Does anyone else have a light?
You just say out loud to the convention.
Yeah.
Do a quick flip.
Dude, you're gonna get thrown out.
Someone, just some like random human passes by, is like, oh yeah, let me get that for you. Takes out a lighter, and lights your cigarette.
And he just gotta drown out that corn dog smell somehow.
You lean up against the wall, smoking a cigarette, and you're just thinking back to all your previous work, the corn dog snatcher in particular, because this, to try as you might to get rid of that smell, it is right next to you.
Yep.
And it was just bad vibes in that whole case, man.
It's a bad time. It's a bad time from beginning to end.
You think so much about this that when you have a moment's reprieve away from your horrible corn dog related misadventures, you notice that you've been standing here for quite a while, and nobody has come up to you to say, "Hey, are you the detective?" You've been standing here for what seems like hours.
Good, I'm giving it 5 more minutes.
You're not even in the vendor's hall. People would look at that and they'd know something was wrong.
Ozzy, if you want to do a wit and investigation check to see if you can figure out anything, like any trace of someone who was here and maybe you missed them.
So you said wit and investigation?
Yep.
It'll be 8 cards. Yay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 3 successes and 1 is the Queen of Hearts.
Excellent. In Space Kings, the Queen of Heart is a crit. And Ozzy, your crit is 2, which means that Queen of Hearts counts for 2 cards. Or 2 successes, rather. Which means you would have gotten 4 successes on that flip.
Yep.
Ozzy, you can, your keen detective eye and your powerful ostrich nose, whatever, tells you that somebody was standing around here and waiting for a while, but they're not here now. You can see through the crowd of people walking around that there do appear to be some oddly distinct footprints on the floor, which lead away from your current position. And you also see, as you're looking around, there's a little child not lying on the ground. There's a little child sitting on the ground nearby, and she looks like she's crying.
What's up, kid? You alright?
As you walk closer to this kid to talk to her, you notice that she is a stone guard, one of the many races on this beautiful galaxy. A stone guard is, just a rock monster type race. This kid looks very young for a rock monster. In human years, probably about 102. For a stone guard, that would put them about 6 years old, which is very young.
Okay.
She looks up at you, and you can see stony tears welling up in her eyes. She isn't saying anything, and you can tell that she is frightened and afraid.
Okay. Alright, hop on. He's gonna, like, lean down for her to get onto him.
That's gonna be a charm and empathy to be a nice stranger to this kid.
Great, I have only oh, cool. I have 1 success out of the 2 cards I drew.
All right. Yeah, I think that's gonna be enough for like the child to like very slowly and cautiously reach up her hand and kind of. Were you like outstretching your wing, or what were you doing exactly?
I'm just kind of like leaning down, like my head bowing for her to like get on and kind of just like, ride.
Okay.
Basically like how like Donkey Kong would get onto the ostrich.
Okay, yeah. She climbs on your back and with tears still flowing in her eyes, she's like, "Thanks, mister."
Don't mention it. Alright, take it you don't have any parents around or nothing?
My dad is missing. I lost him in this big place.
Alright, well, he'll probably see big ostrich carrying around a child, so...
I know someone who can maybe help find him, but I don't know where she is.
Who might that be?
Her name's Felicia Fox. She's my favorite cartoon character, and she's at this convention, but I don't know where she is. And she starts bawling more stony tears.
Alright, come on. And he's just gonna like kind of like giddy up and start walking. Alright, she got like a panel or something,
I don't know. I think maybe she was doing signatures?
She's gonna like look around and see if he can like find like anyone who looks like they're working. And
yeah, like nearby you do see someone who's dressed up in has an Entertainathon t-shirt who's sort of walking around, so you might be able to get their attention.
Hey, you.
They turn around and they're like, "Yes, how can I help you?"
Felicia Fox, where?
Oh, okay.
I got a kid crying on my back.
I was gonna say, with the level of determination you said that, I thought they were gonna turn him into some sort of super fan.
Yeah, or like a stalker killer.
Gosh.
The person looks at you and looks at the crying child on your back, and she's like, "Is she okay? Is she lost?"
Yeah. And she said Fifi would be able to help her or whatever.
Well, Felicia Fox is doing autographs right now, which is at the other side of the convention hall. If you want to head straight there, I think her time there is almost up.
Alright. And he's gonna turn around, go into his wing pocket, pull out another cigarette and say, "I'll see ya."
Sir, there's no smoking in here.
Is it on fire?
Did you not light that cigarette?
No,
yet?
just put it in his mouth.
Alright, that'll be, I think that's gotta be, like, presence and space-wise to try and, like, bluff this person into thinking that you're not breaking a rule.
Alright, so that's gonna be 5 cards.
You just gotta convince them that's part of your cosplay.
2 successes.
Alright, the person is probably, like, looking at you like, "Okay, you can go on." But it's sort of, you get the tone of, like, "Yeah, I don't get paid enough to deal with a giant ostrich talking to me."
Yeah. So he's gonna start walking. And as he does that, he's gonna be like, "Hey kid, I got a question.
Yeah?
You like fire?"
That's not a good way to start.
I don't know. It's kind of cool.
He's gonna hand her a match and say, "Alright, you see that? You just swipe it against your fist. Watch what cool thing happens."
Okay. I'll do a flip for this girl to see if she can light a match against her stone skin. Wow, she got 2 successes. She takes the match and, surprisingly expertly for a child, swishes it in one go and it lights up. And, she is sort of looking at it like, oh, wow. I didn't know it would do that.
He lights a cigarette.
I'm glad the cards made it so that was not like a weird moment.
Yeah, so he lights a cigarette and just like, "Remember, kid, sometimes people gonna use you for their own benefit, but they teach you something along the way."
Sorry, are you smoking in front of a child?
Yeah, and giving out horrible advice.
Yeah, so he says that he's walking through the crowd, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everyone is still, like, sort of like Andre the Giant style, like, parting around you, giving you plenty of space.
Man, this character's so much more different than my last one. I just realized.
Yep,
Yeah.
yes.
Like a complete 180.
I didn't even mean for that to happen. It's just like, yeah, no, he's bitter towards the world.
So this stone child almost instinctively puts the match out before it starts to burn her fingertips. She got that many successes. She's like, "Oh, that was cool, mister. What's your name, by the way?"
Ozzy.
"Hi, Ozzy. My name's Carly."
Oh, nice to meet you. So where's your deadbeat dad at?
I don't know. He left me behind to do some business work, and he left me to get some cotton candy, and when I came back, he was gone.
What's your dad's name?
His name's Douglas.
Okay.
All right, you've been walking through the convention halls for a while, and at the end of the convention hall you've now reached, you see a long table with banners featuring a bunch of celebrity names. Most of them are pretty empty right now. It's just like some B-listers. But there is one table which is very, very popular. Felicia Fox, you have been signing autographs for the past 45 minutes. How do you feel right now?
Well, darling, I must say I'm still feeling quite energized and ready to go.
Excellent. You are amazed at the crowd of people who has turned out. Like, you are used to all this attention and you relish in it. But it even, like, this is a record turnout compared to last year for you. Or last century, I should say. Felicia, you are finished signing an autograph for a little boy, handed off to him. When all of a sudden you see walking in your direction an ostrich with a stone guard child on top of him. That's not something you see every day.
You the fox lady?
Fox lady, please, darling. My name is Felicia, the fantastic Felicia Fox.
Is this the one? He like looks back at the kid.
Carly is looking up at Felicia just in awe, like kind of stammering, like
And who's this cookie?
my name's Carly.
Well, Carly, it's a pleasure to meet you. Here, have an autograph from your friend Felicia Fox.
What do you mean meet? I thought you said that she was gonna take you to your dad.
I'm what? I'm sorry, I'm too busy here with my session.
No. And he like leans down to let her off. She's been looking for you. She lost her dad. She said you could help.
Well,
I'm just
that
here
is a
leading
job.
the.
I'm afraid that is a job for the security. This is above my pay grade. I'm being paid to sit here and sign autographs and talk to fans. I do have a panel Q&A later, and that is it.
He's going to pull out a cigarette and like spit off to the side. You're gonna sit here and tell me that a kid is looking for you. You're just gonna push her to the side when you're the only one she's looking for.
You gesture towards Carly as you're doing this, and Felicia, you see that Carly is just looking at the ground moping. Almost like, wow, I get to meet my hero, but I'm starting to get a little disappointed.
Come on, darling. I'll take you to con security. But you, mister, are not off the hook.
Carly looks up at you and says, "Con security isn't gonna help. I tried asking them and they told me to get out of their face."
That's cockeyed. After all, it's their job.
"I know. I tried telling them that my dad was missing, but..." And then she just starts crying uncontrollably.
Ozzy's gonna look over and see whatever was the closest individual that seems to be working. He's gonna say, "Hey, you, security, now."
Damn. All right. Yeah, this, I'm gonna say, yeah, it's the same person who you asked for directions to Felicia earlier. It's just like, okay, give me a second, sir. Like, he's getting fed up with your shit.
That's fair.
And they walk away, and a few minutes later, Ozzy, the security guard who waved you in at the security line, walks in and says, "Sir, I understand that you requested security."
This child's missing a parrot. Doesn't know where to go. They need help.
The security guard looks down at the child, and Carly seems very freaked out at seeing this very stern man in front of him. The security guard looks back up at you, Ozzy, and says, "Look, we're kind of understaffed security-wise right now. We really don't have time to be dealing with this. We got plenty of issues going on. We got things happening backstage. We got fights breaking out all over the convention. We gotta ton of stuff going wrong. You two seem like responsible adults. Could you just hold on to her for a while?
I am Felicia Fox. I am a big deal, and you cannot just push your job onto me. This is your job. A small child is missing her parents, and you're gonna find them.
Give me presence and persuasion to try and tell the security guard his place.
Yeah, I can. Let's see. I gotta see presence and persuasion. So, okay, it's 2 for presence, and then persuasion. I have nothing there, and I'm healthy, so I draw another card, right?
Yep.
Okay. I got a Queen of Hearts.
Ooh.
The other 2 are failures.
All right, so that is 4 successes.
Awesome.
So just gonna do a quick counter flip. The security guard also got a crit.
God damn it.
So the security guard just sort of looks at you, Felicia, for a little bit and it's just like, look, I'll tell you what, I don't have anybody who can go find them right now, but if you people just want to wait by the main stage, we got plenty of people there gathering for an event. Maybe you'll find them there, maybe you won't. In the meantime, I'm gonna try and wrap all the security events up around here, and we can get someone to try and help find your dad. Does that sound good to you? Felicia, yeah, as he mentions, there's an event happening at the main stage. You are familiar with the con schedule, and there is something big happening on the main stage at the convention in like just a few minutes. It might be worthwhile if you're looking for people to head that direction.
That's not a bad idea. Alright, we'll head there. But I better expect a few more clams for doing your job.
Are you saying that to the security guard?
Yes, I am.
Alright, the security guard does not respond to this.
She's simultaneously like acknowledging the fourth wall narrator and talking to the cast. Just like a real cartoon character.
The security guard he says, alright, if you head to the main stage, I'll try and find someone to help you out. And he turns and walks away. Carly has kind of been like hiding behind Ozzy, like doing the thing where like a kid does when they're like meeting someone meeting their mom's friend and they're just hiding behind their legs. She's doing that behind you, Ozzy.
That bowl's of no use. Anyways, let's get going, shall we, darling?
All right, have fun.
Hold on a minute. You're not leaving us alone. You're coming with us.
He's gonna like look at her and look at the kid and just.
Yeah, Carly is looking back up at you with like, please help me eyes.
Fine. At the moment she has her dad back, I have things to do.
Oh, and pray tell, what makes you the big cheese?
You're not the only one with a job here to do.
Pathetic. My job is sharing my presence with everyone. I'm pretty sure I cannot be doing so many other things right now.
Good for you. And he's gonna lean down to let the kid back on his back. You do whatever makes you feel better about yourself. And I'll do the same.
Alright, Carly hops back up on you, Ozzy.
Alright, where are we going?
Well, if you're paying attention, we're heading to the main convention hall. There's a big event going on down there.
I know what he said. I don't know where it is. I don't come to these types of things.
Please. Goodness gracious, you really are a fool. Alright, fine. I'll take the lead, Dick.
Felicia, if you'd like to try and find your way to the main stage, that will be wit and investigation.
Let's see. I have no wit and I have 0 investigation. Literally the worst possible person to trust to do this. And you chose
Very
me.
confidently says, I'll take the lead.
I hope it's a king, just so that way we can do it. Yes! It was a king of diamonds!
Hey!
I just want to imagine, like, she just, like, pulls off the background and suddenly we're there, just, writing the transition slide.
No, it's not going to be that easy.
Aww.
Felicia, you do generally know the direction of the main stage, but you figure that if you walk in that direction, you'll probably find it eventually. So the 3 of you start walking in that direction. Carly on Ozzy's back is just on the way, like, pestering Felicia with every single question about all of her cartoons. You're like, so when you were filming this scene, like how did you manage to get the drop on old bad guy Bert so fast?
Oh, that one? Well, everyone on set got me all dolled up just for the event. I had to sneak above the set there, and then I had to leap down. Oh, it was fun. I nearly smashed into pieces on that one.
Carly does a little giggly. That guy was a bad guy.
Yes, he was.
Ozzy, you are familiar with Felicia Fox as just somebody who has been in this galaxy for a while, but you don't strike me as the kind of character who would have seen it by his own volition.
Makes sense.
Yeah. You can imagine like a different type of person getting all splatted up though, and that one's a little more grisly.
Gosh, just that's kind of like the only thing he's gonna say in that moment. Just
Like, as bad memories start flooding back to you again.
Yep. No corn dogs though.
No, this was a different case.
Gosh.
No corn dogs whatsoever. The corn dogs
Thankfully.
are distinct.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a very. Oh, it hurts.
Ozzy, every time you pass by somebody who is eating a corn dog, you just get a little more like
Agitated.
agitated by everything around you. And you don't want to be around an ostrich when they're agitated.
No, you do not.
Which is great because it sounds like Ozzy is like in a permanent state of agitation.
Well, now he is. This is like the worst place he could have probably gone to.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, like, you needed the money.
Yes, he did.
The money that you presumed, because I don't think that letter said anything about any kind of cash reward
No, it did not. It just said, I need help. And he's like, all right, well, it's something.
to get you out of the house. You're all walking along the convention, and you can see people are sort of funneling towards the northern corner of the convention, which you can only assume is the way towards the event. But Ozzy, you're sort of looking around as the three of you are walking, and so there's a poster on the wall that as you pass by it, Carly points out, like, hang on, wait, look at this poster, that's my dad. One of you tears the poster off the wall. You see on there a fully adult Stone Guard who is dressed in like old-timey wrestling attire.
That ragamuffin there.
Yeah, that's my dad. He's the best wrestler in the whole galaxy. Ozzy, you look further down and the poster says, "Come meet the Juggernaut backstage at Follywood Convention Center."
Well, now that we found the real McCoy, let's go find him.
Ozzy, you...
Yep.
Ozzy, you know why the name the Juggernaut stands out to you. It's not for a great reason.
You got a mom, kid?
Yeah, I do. She's back home.
Good.
Oh no.
God damn.
Oh no. I'm really nervous for what Ozzy's gonna do. Alright, you're all following the crowd of people, also like looking around, trying to find any trace of this Juggernaut character. Like you are also like showing the poster to people as you walk by, like, have you seen this person? And while many of them recognize him as the Juggernaut, they have not seen him all day. Although one of them does tell you that the Juggernaut was on the bill to be at this convention as a special event, but nobody's seen him on the floor.
Nobody's seen him. No one sees him. No one knows where he's at. He's supposed to be on the bill. And somebody wants him.
What was that?
Yeah, somebody wants him. The kid wants him.
Oh, yes, that.
Felicia, you're like, yeah, of course she does.
It's like,
It's kind of the point.
It's like my head just sort of like, extended all the way over. The second he said that, and it's like, oh, right. Slowly stretches, goes, retracts.
Hey, where they normally have the wrestling stuff at.
oh, darling, please, that's not my business. Wrestling is too much of a man's game. For a dame of my beauty, I stick to the signings and the Q&As. That's my thing.
You do know that they have women wrestlers as well, right?
And they can do that. That's the bee's knees for them, but for me, I stick to my thing.
I'm just saying it's not just for men. I've seen plenty of women take a beating that I couldn't do.
And I'm saying it's not my thing. After all, my thing is acting, singing, dancing, signing autographs, performing, making people laugh, and getting into a good Scrabble. I got too into that.
And he raises an eyebrow and says, maybe I think you would be a good wrestler. They do the same types of things. But, that's neither here nor there.
All right, you all see the crowd moving rapidly towards the big event stage, and you decide to keep heading that way, and you'll find out what all the hubbub is about next time on Live, Laugh, Loot. Thanks for listening to Live, Laugh, Loot. We're currently using the Space King system, developed and published by SuperTry Studios. You can learn more about this game or buy it yourself at supertry.itch.io/spacekings. Follow us on Blue Sky at livelaughloot.bsky.social or email us at livelaughlootpodcast@gmail.com. Our intro music is Out of Control by Chill Carrier, and our outro music is One Point to Another by Rocket Max. See the episode description to find out what other songs played this episode or to check licensing information. To learn more about this podcast or listen to more episodes, check us out at livelaughloot.libsyn.com.